Well, hello back, friends, to Bingothon. Coming up next, we got Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yes, indeed. Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. We are doing the Randomizer Random Spawn Discovery Blackout Bingo. Your runner is going to be 42 Kill from Germany. A bingo board will be revealed soon, they say, and it's because it is Discovery Bingo. The way that works is that we will have a couple tiles that are visible at the start. Everything else is obscured, and as he goes around and collects some of those bingo tiles, then the rest of the board will be revealed progressively. We'll let you get started, and we'll explain exactly what Ori and the Blind Forest Randomizer is during the early stages. If you can get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, so the goal is of course, going to be a blackout. So we have to collect all the squares that you see there on the card on your screen. Chug water 30 times. It's like dip into the water, so on and so forth. Oh wait, this is the wrong board by the looks. Okay, I thought that was going to be some shenanigans. We'll have to see what happens with getting that tech resolved there. I do not see what the actual board is at the moment. But anyway, Ori and the Blind Forest is a Metroidvania, which means you go to one place to collect a skill, and then you go to another place to get another skill, and it opens up different areas of the game for you to explore, and so on and so forth. And in this case, we have random spawn as well. And the randomizer functions the same way as the base game in terms of progression. It gets you to go grab a thing, and that unlocks other places. And so far, we have absolutely nothing except the grotto teleporter. And we go into the swamp teleporter straight away. Amazing. Teleporter starts. Always fun. So, a couple things here with Charge Flame. One of the things that you get with random spawn typically is it will give you at least one skill to be able to wander around and find things. Early Water Vein is nice. Early Sunstone is nice, especially since we hit that incentive to do all the escapes. So that's going to be very, very good to have those two dungeon keys out of the way, leaving us only with the Forlorn key, the Gumon seal, left to find. So as far as that goes, we are 2/3 of the way there, but we still don't have a lot in the way of oh wow, horror teleporter. This is a teleporter seed, and okay, he's going to horror straight away. Alrighty. Interesting. It is possible. It is on logic too. In order for the logic to consider the horror teleporter available, you need to have both the teleporter and the dungeon key for the area, the Sunstone, which we do have. And that is absolutely nothing. And so we're going to teleport out, probably to Swamp, yes. And 2K, if you could just shoot the data over to iBot again real quick, because we have the wrong bingo board on screen, that would be great. I'm just going to alt-tab here for a second to get that done. Try and get the accurate board up, because, you know, tech issues. Gotta love marathons and generally trying to coordinate a whole bunch of different things. It's okay. We have professionals on it. We will get things resolved here. All right. So now, continuing on, we still have absolutely nothing other than Charge Flame at our disposal, which means that we can't climb walls. We can't try and skip walls with something like Bash Nade or Charge Jump. We basically only have access to 4 pickups here. The plant that you see right above, a plant that's down below, a mapstone pickup just to the left, and then the Horrorfield's Health Cell. There's got to be something there. Actually, there is one more pickup that would be in logic, and that would be the mapstone down in Grotto. There's Glide, always nice to have. Very difficult to get into Sorrow Pass without Glide, and also doing the Forlorn Escape is absolutely awful without it, but it is possible. But we won't have to worry about that. So Keystone. All right. So we have some resources that we need to collect throughout. Keystones are one of them. Health cells and energy cells and ability cells are the other 3. Ability cells are in particular important for this game because of tech that we do called Save Anywhere, which is exactly what it sounds like. The way that it functions is that we will trick the game into thinking that we have closed the ability menu, but we have not. And that gives us control of Ori, and we can move around, and then when we level up an ability, it saves the game, hence save anywhere. Alright. I imagine with a start like this, there's probably going to be something on the Horror Field's health cell. But we shall see. And unfortunate damage there. I got to reset and do that again. We are going to continue trying to get the correct board here, folks. Alright. Killing the slime, of course, because getting up here, you actually don't need anything, like you don't need climb or wall jump or anything to be able to get up there. You just need to jump at the right angle, pretty much. Full jump at the right time. Alright. Is the Horror Field health cell anything important? It is! Charge jump. Okay, that's one of 3 power skills in the game. We classify the power skills as dash, bash, and charge jump. And that is because they are very powerful, because we are, you know, very inventive when it comes to naming things. Charge jump effectively negates the need in a lot of instances for wall interaction. We can just skip through a bunch of whole stuff, you know, get onto micro ledges and such things and navigate around that way. You'll see we'll charge jump up here to the iceless pickup, to attack upgrade, which is very nice because we do more damage. And pretty much gives us most of the right side, actually. In conjunction with the water vein, we can now go do most of Ginzo with this amount of HP. It's not great, because we would have to do a bunch of damage boost strats. In fact, the escape would be impossible at this point, but well, if you had more ability points to do a lot of zombie Ori, I suppose it would technically be possible, but do have the water vein, do have the sunstone, do have access to those dungeons, but we do not have a whole lot in the way of other things that we can do. We don't have left side access. We are going to need the Gumon Seal Forlorn, as mentioned, and also have all of our bingo goals that we need to go get, as that continues to... Let's see if I can... I will try and orally pass on to you the data for the bingo card. Okay, so what we've got in the center here is break plants, and this is Discovery Bingo, so imagine your usual 5x5. All of it is blank, except for the center tile and B5, which is collect pickups in glades, and we notably do not have access to glades yet, which normally we would. Glades is the starting area of the game. And when it comes to early bingo tiles in this randomizer, it does prioritize stuff that you'd be able to do in glades for at least one of those tiles, so that we could, you know, get the whole discovery portion ongoing. But we do have Charge Flame, which is nice. We have access to... Actually, yeah, we do have access, I believe, to 8 plants to get the first unlock. So in that center tile that says break plants, you can't see anything around it in any of the orthogonally or diagonally adjacent cells. But the moment that he ends up breaking 8 plants total, it will flower out and give you the orthogonally adjacent cells as revealed tiles for you to take a look at, and then decide where you want to route from there. So the routing at this point, basically, for 2-kill is going to be a bunch of plants. There's one here, which is Grenade, which is very nice. That actually unlocks a bunch of pickups. Talk about that more in a second. There's another plant off to the right as well at Swamp Entry. And this is a great time to talk about map stones. The way map stones work in the randomizer is, instead of giving you... because what their base function is in the game is basically you go turn them in on an altar, and then the altar, it gives you sort of like a fog of war version of the map, plus anything that you've already traversed. But we didn't want to have just like wasted pickups lying around. So what we can do is that we can turn the map stones into those map altars and instead get a pickup in exchange for that. And it doesn't matter how you end up doing that or where you end up turning those map stones in. It's sequentially based. The first map stone turn in is always going to be the same thing, regardless of whether you put that in glades or whether you put that in swamp. This is a rekindle skip that T-Kill just did. Functions similar to the save anywhere, except you just need to use that little soul link that's placed on the ground, walk into a cutscene, resave the game, reload, and that skips the cutscene. And you'll be seeing a lot of variations of that, either the reload skip with the rekindle. Ooh, I was gonna say something, but I was distracted. Small death, not that big a deal. Excuse me. I have something in my throat. Might take me with it. We'll see. What was I saying? I'm sure I'll remember. So we can't go check that because we need to have a damage boost. We can't go into Glades at the moment because we don't have 4 energy, or... Yeah, actually we could traverse with Glide across the Death Gauntlet pit to get to Glades, but still don't have that 4th energy, so wandering around, collecting some resources, one more plant coming up right here, and we will have our first sequence of discoverations occurring on the board. All right. Again, with the verbal communication of the bingo board, center is the break plants. He has now accomplished that. C2, directly above that, is stomp 2 pegs, one in Horu, the bottom left room, and the butter cell, which is actually a stomp peg that you would have seen just to the left of the swamp teleporter. To the right in D3, we have break 15 walls. To the left in B3, we have open 7 keystone doors. And we also have to stomp the peg that leads to BR Blackroot Burrows and Grotto. One second. Alright, so heading over to Death Gauntlet. We still have the Charge Flame and the Glide and 190 experience. So the way experience functions as a pickup in the game is that it is entirely randomized from 1 to like 800 or something. 1 XP, by the way, shoutouts to Sigma, and also the link to the past randomizer, for which is the inspiration of this game. Ooh, Mega Energy, nice. Yeah. Oh, perfect. All right, so we're going to get into Glades here. This is going to give us access to a teleporter and eventually another card, another tile rather quickly. Ginzo TP is also very nice. Now we can access it from the top side. And we also have Grenade, which is great because we have a couple Grenade lock pickups here. That's what I was going to talk about earlier. Skills are, for the most part, interchangeable in various different ways. Like, you can break some walls with Stomp. Other times, like, the game would intend you to need a climb, charge, jump, but you could use the positioning to get done with Stomp. But there are some things that are uniquely locked, and the Stomp pegs are one of those things, uniquely locked behind Stomp, of course, and Grenade, which this lantern right here is a Grenade lantern. And there is no other way to access this pickup other than with Grenade. And so having Grenade early on is very, very nice. Because, oh, and Stomp, speaking of. So we get both of the uniquely locked skills, and now, aside from mobility, we can pretty much check everything. We aren't locked out of everything anymore. So, if you want to see the board, thank you very much. Apple Tree has posted the bingo board so that you can click and you can follow along there. I will still be passing things along verbally as we go. So we have the center tile, C3, which is break plants. That is complete. It's the only one that we have complete so far. And another one that we're going to get here in relatively short order with the skill set that we have is collect pickups and Glades. That is B5. Bottom row, second from the left. And that will give us access to 3 more tiles so that we know some of the additional goals that you can see. And of course, thanks to your donations, one tile that will not be appearing on here, but we will sort of do unofficially, is all escapes, because you guys met the incentive, and you're great for that. Alright, so not a whole lot else here in the early going for Glades. That is an interesting slow zone. Ori? Ori, are you okay? Ori? I honestly have not seen that before. I know it's possible, but I have not seen that before, and I don't know why it happens. That's really interesting. So we had to backload, unfortunately, because of that. We have no way to get into Blackout burrows without utilizing charge jump at this point. And having that slow zone there, unfortunately, means we can't use charge jump coming out of that. I think the reason that slowness happened was because of the sign pickup. Not sure. Seems likely to me. Excuse me for the coughing, by the way. Like I said, I got something. Might take me with it. Yes. Another grenade lock pickup here. That will give us, I believe, 6 of the Glades pickups. Only 15 XP. So not that big a deal. We do have keystones to get into the left Glades, which is nice. We do not have enough HP to get the Glades swim. Glades teleporter and Glades. Thanks, game. So yeah, there's the water's dirty. You're intended in the base game to go to Ginzo's Cape to clean the water, and then you would be able to see that this water here, instead of being purple, would be a nice clear bluish color. And then you'd be able to go to the pickup off to the left, which he is not going to be able to get, but I don't think that he's all that upset about it. Because not only does he have Glide, he also has Wind Restore. And I know that he is very happy to have this. Very, very happy to have this. Getting around some areas without Wind Restored is actually just really annoying. Sometimes requires shenanigans with Double Bash and other sorts of difficult tricks. So it's just one of those like super comfy things. Speedrunners, like, we don't particularly care if we have Wind Restored, but it's always nice to have. Because we know the tricks to get around, right? But, like, if the game's going to make it easier on you, we file that under we take those. Alright, a couple more keystones to access Spirit Caverns here. Kind of, you know, you don't really want to burn the keystones here if you don't have to. Save scumming is an option, but more importantly than that 2 keystone doors, the 4 keystone door that is further up. More often than not, we'll try and skip that just because we will have alternate ways to access Valley Entry, which we already do now. Between Charge Flame and Charge Jump, we can get access to the Grove TP and the Valley Entry area, so we do not like to use keystones on that door if we don't have to. The game, of course, does have enough keystones placed in logic throughout the game in order for us to be able to open all keystone doors, plus like a couple extra spare keystones, I think. But yeah, if you can avoid it, you shall. And looks like he's going to want to go get that Charge Flame tree out of the way right now. There is a system in this game for hints for the location of the dungeon keys. We already have 2 of them, but we will need the 3rd, thanks to you lovely folks and your donations. And so it's kind of nice to have. And the way the hint system works is every 3 skill trees, this is a skill tree, that you collect, the game will give you the location to one of the dungeon keys at random. It's not in any given order. So 2kill might get the hint for the Forlord key 2 trees from now, you know, or he might not get them until the 9th tree. We have no way of knowing until trees are collected, but we shall find out. This is a tricky jump right here, even with Glide. Not having wall interaction and trying to get that is just absolutely it's difficult, to say the least. And I do not blame him in the slightest here. Has decided to keep the teleporter. You can skip this, but unless you find the pickup randomly, you end up not having access to the teleporter. If you skip the cutscene, so watching the cutscene allows you to skip it. But yeah, anyway, difficult trick to do. Don't blame him at all for deciding, you know what, there's more important things to do with my time. And going left is one of those things. Getting a couple checks in Valley Entry, and then possibly working back down to Wall Jump. Quite a few pickups in that area. It is fairly pickup dense. Still looking for skills to be able to gain an access to the left side of the map and that kind of thing. But for now, we're going to forego that. We're going to go back excuse me, to the Grotto teleporter. And we did collect our 11 pickups and glades, by the way, which has divulged to us 2 more tiles. B4 says complete this horror room, and it is R4, the bottom right horror room, which is not going to be too difficult. Collect pickups in Grotto, which is, I imagine, the reasoning behind this decision here to teleport back to Grotto. Only on 3 HP, collecting that health cell. Smart, honestly. Have to collect 15 pickups in Grotto. That is C5, bottom middle tile. And we have 10 out of 15 for that. And Drain the Swamp is the bottom left tile in A5. Again, we apologize for shenanigans occurring with bingo board tech. Sometimes it happens. 36 apples. I didn't know that there were that many apple trees. Alright, so this is the cutscene where normally Gumo would try and drop a whole bunch of rocks on you because he's scared as you're climbing to get up the water vein, and it's just 59 XP. Alright, so a few pickups left in Grotto that we can check without wall interaction. Kind of a little bit rude to do some of them, but definitely possible. And this is a fairly pickup dense area, so makes sense to come here to the bottom left. And yes, for energy, we have the ability to do this little puzzle here. Oop, okay. I wasn't sure if he was gonna go for the drop down or just walk right through. The drop down kind of scared me a little bit. Could have gotten crushed. Alright, what is in this plant? It is the keystone. So mostly, we don't have access to a lot of keystone doors, which is one of our other tiles that we could look at. We do have, I believe, we haven't opened the double jump door yet. There's a couple doors in Ginza that we could open. We could also key dupe in Ginza, which would be super nice. And we have collected our sufficient pickups in Grotto, which has given us another tile revealed. We need to activate teleporters in Forlorn Valley of the Wind and Sunken Glades. We are 1 for 3 on that one. Anyone playing technical difficulties bingo on the side? Yes, fine. Yes, we are working on that. In the meantime, as we're doing some cleanup in Grotto right now, if you, my lovely host, had anything that you wished to talk about, some donations to read off, or the reason why we're here, feel free to take the reins.
I can definitely help you with that. Let me tell you a little bit about Bingothon itself. Bingothon has raised over $13,000 for Fred Hutch in the past 3 years, all going towards life-saving research, treatments, and patient care, as well as helping over 80,000 people receiving the COVID-19 vaccine at Fred Hutch in the last couple of years. Furthermore, this is helping Fred Hutch unlock how cancers and infectious diseases start and spread, harnessing the immune system to fight disease, and working to make treatment more equitable and accessible for more people. Can we make it to 15,000 raised in total for them?
I would also quickly like to add that for the next game, which is Ori and the Will of the Wisp, we still have a donation incentive open, which is to fight Shriek, which currently sets at $50 out of 100. So another 50 to go, and we get to see some more additional Ori action, which would be phenomenal, I would say.
And it won't be Shrek this year, as we had in a year prior. I have the link I can share later.
I remember that. That was glorious.
Oh, it was so good. I just rewatched that. It was, it's a classic.
Yeah, back
All right,
to you.
so thank you very much. We have the Sorrow TP, which means we have left side access. We do not have a comfy way of accessing left side. We would have to do some save anywhere shenanigans for sure, but if we wanted to force the issue, we could do it. But we still have a lot of pickups in Ginza that we can check. We could technically do the escape as well if we wanted to right now. Probably wait for a little bit more health before doing that. Extra Air Dash is a bonus pickup that you can get in the Randomizer. It is Randomizer exclusive. There's a whole bunch of other bonus pickups that you can get, such as increased speed. I once had 20 double jumps. You can do a lot of different shenanigans with some of the bonus pickups in the Randomizer. We are playing with the very base set of bonus pickups, which is 1 extra double jump, 1 extra air dash, some health regen, and stuff like that. Of course, it doesn't give us dash to have the bonus pickup extra air dash. We still have to find dash, but there's another one. I do believe, actually, that bingo runners tend to run with a slightly more robust bonus item pickup set. I have not personally run a lot of bingo, and I haven't been keeping track of the changes that have happened somewhat more recently, but should be fine. I am well versed enough to pass on the information as it is revealed to me as well. Alright, so we have 3 tiles in the bottom row. We have Drain the Swamp, which we did while Shadow Frost and Zenaris were helping us out with inflammation. We have the Collect Pickups and Glades, Collect Pickups and Grotto. We need to activate the Spirit Walls. We can do Valley of the Wind now, technically, but again, not easy to do that. So, probably not going to see that in a little while. We do have, however, Stomp, which allows us to stomp a bunch of pegs. And we do have two of the tiles right now are stomp blocks. We need to stomp one in Horu and stomp the Butter Cell peg. That is for 1 tile, and then another tile is to stomp the access peg between Blackroot and Grotto. Still have a lot of walls left to break for D3. We are 3 out of 15 on that one. And mostly at this point, we're still kind of just looking for like a little bit more quality of life. Like, you know, maybe a double jump or climb would be super nice. You know, get a little bit of wall interaction so we could utilize that Sorrow Teleporter a little bit more effectively and be able to break a bunch of walls in Sorrow and check a whole bunch of things there. That's a pretty common save scum right there, just to check those 2 pickups real quick. Especially if you have Grenade. And a lot of the time it ends up being nothing that you really want to keep, so you just place a save at the Ginzo entrance. And then you see what those 2 pickups are. If you don't like them, you do that. And this is important because when you have the Grotto TP coming up to the bottom of the Ginzo, when you have the Ginzo TP, you are actually reverse locked because there is a gate that only opens when you kill the mini-boss. And obviously you cannot do that in reverse. I mean, technically you could if we were playing with an out-of-bounds rule set, but we are not playing with an out-of-bounds rule set. This is no out-of-bounds. Extra double jump would be nice if we had double jump. Thanks, game. Lots of map stones I'm noticing. We have 3 map stones. I don't believe we've turned more than 1 in. And that would have been the Grotto one, in all likelihood. But we're going to jump up here. Could opt to do a somewhat tricky Charge Flame redirect for this projectile. If you're not practiced at it, honestly, it's just easier to do it this way. Which is the standard way that we skip this puzzle. There's a top left block that you're supposed to do in the speedrun. This is how we handle it. We just drop this block through and then allow it to handle both projectiles for us at once. Alrighty, there was a mini-boss. Blink and you miss it. Turns out when you have charge jump, things die real quick. A couple pickups here left before the bash tree. A little safety save there. Getting a comfortable amount of energy would be nice to have something to spend that on, like dash. Dash? Dash. You want to show up dash? Dash would be great. So I imagine what 2 Kill is going to do here is just bail to the teleporter, or a different teleporter. Yeah. Okay. No sense spending the keystones on that door because we have access from the top side. BF does also have the goal break walls. Yes, that is currently tile D3 for us. We have not been into Blackroot yet, and this is our save anywhere. See how we have the ability menu, see how we're moving behind it, see how we're saving the game and then reloading it. See how the cutscene isn't there anymore, Congratulations, you have saved anywhere. So Blackroot is pretty good to do with this skill set. Grenade, obviously you can just light the lanterns with a grenade instead of having to do the orb shenanigans. Although you do have to go grab this orb anyway, because you need it for the pedestal. So you just come down here and go and grab it. I am having coffee at the moment, Zet, but I will be switching to tea immediately after this commentary. Alright. Let us do a oral recap for you of... haha! Never mind, our bingo card is visible now. Excellent! Tech! Yay! Tech, you're the best. It is bright. It is bright enough, but it is also actually functional. And at this point, I think we care more about it functioning. All right, so the recap for you, the tiles that we have highlighted are break plants. That is the center one, C3. Bottom left is drain the swamp, and going right from there, we have collect pickups and glaze, collect pickups and grotto. We have accomplished those, and then a couple TPs. We've also got some other tiles revealed, and now that you can see the bingo board, I can reiterate that this is Discovery Bingo, and that is why you can't see the entire bingo board, because we have to accomplish things on those tiles in order to reveal the tiles around them. Hence, Discovery. All right. So, this is the Blackroot pedestal for which we needed to go touch that orb. Yes, you can meme about that if you so desire. I will not. But we're going to skip the cutscene, because cutscenes are slow. And then while this cutscene is playing, we're going to drop the orb, and then we're going to head over to the right. Because as it turns out, and they made this much harder to do in Will of the Wisps, by the way, but it is possible, you can just walk on top of crushers. No big deal. Go check the pickup, double back, and it gives you just enough time to be able to stack the cutscene, activate the tree, move over to the left, and boop, there we are. Some blind movement, speeding things up, and we actually have a lot of keystones at the moment. We are pretty flush on the keystone count, I would say. Some additional pickups that we can check, however, we do have the Boulder Escape XP. We have the plant up here, which is very easy to forget. A little bit more to the left, and then you can get the... Yeah, there you go. Grove TP. Okay, very nice. Already have that, but... And this is another rekindle skip, which is going to glitch this door open that you see there in the bottom, well, middle right now. Just to make things easier. It's not actually necessary. There is another lever on the other side. I'm stomping that floor now because it actually prevents the cutscene from playing a little bit later. Jumping over said boulder, placing a save, and we're going to walk over more crushers because we can. And then we'll have 2 more pickups here, the health cell, and then the Frankie pickup, and also one of our goals, which is to stomp this peg. And that has revealed to us that we need to visit Warmth Returned and the Water Vein, which we've already done half of that, which is good. And since we already have the incentive met for visiting all escapes, we will end up doing the Warmth Returned one, as it turns out, just by nature, of course. Don't forget to turn in your map stones to kill. Oh yeah, activate the teleporter. That's probably a good thing. Teleporters in this game don't activate unless you either pick them up as a randomized pickup or you go and physically touch them. It's slightly different in Will of the Wisps, in that you only have to actually like load the teleporter pretty much. Get it on screen. Decisions. Where do we want to go? We want to go, apparently, to Horu. Why do we want to go to Horu, you might ask? And that is because we need to complete R4. And we also have a couple pegs that we can stomp, but we don't really have skills to be able to do much of Horu. Would be technically possible. It would also be very rude. Alright, so going to Valley Entry. Going to check a few things here. Now that we actually have some HP for a damage boost, this makes things slightly easier. That's a nice amount of stamps. Couple more pickups we can check. We don't have clean water, unfortunately, which isn't going to stop us from the short swim, but the long swim. That is grenade locked. We're not going to be able to do immediately, but we can stomp this bag. And of course, things that we do will contribute towards goals, regardless of whether or not they're revealed. Oh, you're not going to go for the short swim. Okay, fair enough. Just going to drop back down, and let's see here. In terms of goals that we have visible, there actually isn't really a whole lot that we can do without additional skills at this point. So, kind of at a juncture where we're looking to wander around and do a little bit of cleanup. This pickup is now possible with lowering that platform. We can also do a little bit of the spider sack area to clean up. Some pickups and glades that we can still grab that we haven't done so yet towards the wall jump tree. Swamp tree is technically possible. But yeah, at this point it's kind of almost looking to me like we're probably going to get climb and then be told, hey, you should probably go to Sorrow. Because usually with Sorrow TP early on, I find, especially if you have charge jump, it wants to give you climb at some point to be able to head in that direction. Doesn't always happen, of course, because Rando do be Rando. But, interesting. Still a decent amount of pickups we can check here, though. We have the grenade lock pickup that is directly above us, right there. We have this health cell to the right. We have an energy cell down below the spider sack that he just dropped. And with 5 HP, we could just... 6 HP, we actually could definitely squeak out the Spider Lake swim. Might even be able to do Glade's main pool with 6 HP and Stomp. Would not be easy. Might need to rely on getting a fish health drop, but 7 HP would definitely be doable. Oh, okay. Well, there's our third dungeon key. Excellent. We do not have the Forlorn Teleporter? No, I'm pretty sure we just have the Horde TP. Will be nice. Eventually, of course, we do have to go to Forlorn for the escape as part of the incentive, and also as part of one of our goals. It says we need to go and touch the Forlorn TP. And other than that, yeah, kind of looking like Glades cleanup to me. Oh god, Glazer could be something, couldn't it? That'd be rude. Technically, actually, there is a pickup in two pickups in lower Blackroot that are available as well. The Red Frog Grenade Puzzle and the Ability Cell, just as you drop down. But as far as density goes, probably Wall Jump Loop and Wall Jump Tree are looking like likely candidates. And also trying to get a map stone on the way through the wall jump area. Probably the most dense place that we could go to for additional skills at this point. There are a couple pickups left in Grotto as well, towards drain access. That is doable with charge jump and glide. But yeah, we're actually kind of fast running out of areas to check for skill progression. You could do the Ginzo escape. It would kind of suck, but it would be possible. Keystone on the mapstone. Another energy cell. Very nice. We do have. Oh, by the way, one of the things that popped up in the bingo card that I did not talk about was one of the tile types that we have is dying to a specific thing in the game, and the ones that we have today are door warp lava, so the lava right at the end of the game, and the Genzo escape Frunky, which is just rude. Warp lava is significantly easier. Thankfully, we don't have to die to both of those things. It's just one of them. Uh, 6 HP though, starting to kind of get comfy in terms of the HP count. Ability cells 9. That's a relatively comfortable amount for zombie Ori or cutscene skips and the various other stuff. Kind of like there is an option when you're skill starved like this that we have implemented in the randomizer to make things a little bit easier to go skill hunting. We have modified the ability Sense, which in the base game just reveals hidden areas for you. Like as you get near them, you can sort of see them through transparency. In the randomizer, we have coded that to basically be a hot-cold indicator for when you're close to something important, like skills. But the thing is that a lot of the time you end up going for Sense, and then you realize, oh, I wanted to do this really dumb damage boost, and now I can't do it because I don't have Ultra Defense, which is in a different part of the tree. And then you end up having a lot of fun with that. 55 euros. Left Gumo's not available. I believe I saw the double jump tree area not done. Where's my map? I have a map. Where is it? Let's see. Yeah, okay. So everything over towards double jump is still open as well. Yeah, not a whole lot left. The double jump tree kind of swamp loop-ish area is accessible, and that would be it. Not a whole lot left for skill progression. Of course, the lower black root 2 pickups I mentioned earlier. This is definitely the most dense to do, this grotto sequence, so definitely something I would have done. And we are getting resources. Yay, resources. So yeah, all that's left now there in Grotto is we've got the 3 pickups on the way in the lower Grotto, that is. 3 pickups on the way to the double jump tree, and then the 2 at the double jump tree. And then after that, we're kind of in one-off territory, actually. Some stuff that we couldn't get before that we'd have to backtrack to. But yeah, skill-wise, we're kind of locked out of stuff at this point. There's technically you can do the 2 pickups below the elementals in Horu as well, but that's kind of one-off territory. So I double back and see what's on that ability cell, energy cell rather, and it's an ability cell. And we are going to get what's the name for it? Spirit Light Efficiency. Which in the randomizer, there's ability tree ability point right before it, plus Spirit Light Efficiency, which combined double the amount of XP that you get. So effectively from this point on, we are going to, strictly from experience pickups, get double the amount, which is going to translate to more ability points, which we can use to push towards Sense or Ultra Defense. And that's sort of like the hybrid play I was talking about earlier. The decision between going for Ultra Defense and Sense can be like a little bit of a coin flip about what you do with it, and sort of rudder preference in a way. It has been a topic of debate for sure in the Ori Rando community, which one is better, but sort of the hybrid one to do is to just go to Spirit Light Efficiency and then save the rest of your ability points and see what happens from there. I would probably, looking at the map here, take the lower access to Swamp, check the drain pickup, and then do the micro ledge up to the Swamp Mapstone. And then check the Triforce pickup, and then you can get the Wind Restored pickup, the Energy Cell as well. That's really about like the last dense series of checks that he has available to him right now. Everything else is really in one-off territory. Really skill-starved start here, to be honest, that has sort of prevented us from progressing the bingo board in a way that we would want to. And of course, as I say that, we find Climb. And remember how I was talking off the top of the broadcast where, you know, oftentimes when you get the Sorrow TP early and Glide, it really wants you to end up going to Sorrow. Well, we also got Charge Jump early. And it turns out Climb was sitting there. So the game obviously wanted us to go to Sorrow. So all that time, we were waiting. But we have now done the thing. And we actually, in a way, this has worked out because now we have 9 HP, which is actually a fairly comfortable amount. We can damage boost most things now, even without getting Ultra Defense. There are a few areas where we would want more HP, but for the most part, this is fairly comfortable. So grenade jumps. Grenade jumps are a thing. They're a thing that makes you go fast. They're also a thing that is a one-frame window to be able to perform. And there it is. It's basically a giant horizontal zoomy. And the way that it functions is that you hold onto the wall, you pre-charge a charge jump, then you throw a grenade, and then you charge jump after your grenade, and you get a grenade jump. Which makes you go real fast horizontally in whatever direction that you are aiming. And if you are interested in speedrunning the Ori Randomizer, I cannot stress to you enough that we have tried to do our best to implement some quality of life things and some accessibility features for newer players. And you don't actually need to perform a one-frame trick in Rando if you don't want to. You can have it set up in our randomizer settings so that the game will just press those buttons for you. You make a completely different keybind, set it to F or whatever you want, and it will just give you the grenade jump for free. So you don't have to worry about the one-frame window. Because, yeah, we understand the pains of speedrunning, and we also understand the fun of playing games. And we try to, like, give a little bit of the best of both worlds to people, where speedrunners can still do the thing if they want to, and casual players who are just looking for, you know, a more chill experience can go ahead and do that. And yeah, as Rom said, if you like doing speed tech, you do not need to enable the quality of life features, the accessibility features. You can still just give yourself that challenge of doing speedrun stuff. Mega Health and Sorrow, always nice to have. Even when you're on 9 HP, having the extra HP is very nice. Alright, so turns out you can float over to this wall, and if you are sitting low enough, you can charge jump away from it and break it, or you could do what 2 Kill did there, which is just basically bait the slime and then charge jump to where the slime is and then charge jump back down. And Sorrow has approximately 800 walls for us to break, which is great. Because one of our tiles is to break walls. We are currently 12 out of 15 on that. And we have a bunch more that we can break down here in Valley proper. We also have Glide Wind Restored, so we don't have to do dumb crap to get over to this rock. Wilhelm, don't break it, don't break it. Okay, the bird intercepted the shot. Good. We'll say hi to Sad Frog later, Spine. It's okay. Right now, we're kind of looking at this point to, like, reveal more of the card, right? Now that we have Climb, now that we have left side access, we want to try and see what more things that we need to do. And we also need to go to Forlorn. We need to do the escape for that. We need to activate the teleporter there for one of the bingo tiles. And we have a whole boatload of pickups that we can check on the way there as well. And we can check all of them because we have Grenade and Stomp. So it's great. And Climb, Charge, Jump. Sad Frog will remain Sad Frog if we don't say hi. So we will say hi to Sad Frog and make it Sad Frog, Happy Frog. Unless, of course, it's faster not to, and in which case we won't, and Sad Frog will remain Sad Frog. But if we get Bash, I'll see if I can convince 2Kill to go and give us the Wilhelm Scream. Back up to 9 ability points, which is comfy. Don't have Dash yet. Always hesitant to spend points away from Dash myself. There are a couple of things on the tree that benefit Dash. You can get Air Dash and you can get Charge Dash. And Charge Dash is really, really important for speedrun tech. But the option is available if we're still feeling skill starved. But now that we have the Sorrow TP access, we have a lot of stuff that we can check. So I wouldn't say we're necessarily in a rush to go get Sense, but it'd be nice. Do have the short swim here to check. It is another map stone. And we also have an XP that we can check over here to the right-hand side. And we do not have, without Ultra Defense anyway, we don't have enough HP to check long swim here, so well, that's okay. And we didn't like what we found there at Valley Entry, so we're just going to continue down to Forlorn Approach, which is good. A little mapstone pick up here, bait the Baneling. Baneling breaks the wall for us, and we get 2 tickets to the gun show. Oh, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage. One of the tiles that we may have, don't know if we have yet, is going to be light lanterns. So, oh wait, what? Okay, yeah, I heard Dash. I was like, what happened there? I was focused on you lighting the lantern. All right, so we have lit a lantern. I was going to say about that. One of the possible tiles we can get is to light a bunch of lanterns spread out throughout the game. We already have grenades, so that's nice and easy. But we also now have Dash, which is also very nice. We do not have Bash for Bash cancels, unfortunately, but we do have Stomp for Stomp cancels, which is good. But now we can do the speeds, and yes, Charge Dash indeed. Charge Dash gives us access to rocket jumps, which is very nice. If grenade jumps are a horizontal zoomy, then the rocket jumps are a vertical zoomy, and we can zoom a lot now. We can zoom many different ways. And we're going to get some Forlorn out of the way. And speaking of, opening the purple doors for the Grotto mini-boss and the Upper Ginzo mini-boss has revealed a couple tiles to us. We have Keystones in inventory, 12 out of 17. Which we can get real quick here because there's actually a pretty good key dupe we can do. And 2Kill, I expect to see frantic mouse movements here when I say this. You have to go to Glazer. Because this is Blackout. Yeah! Glazer is a pickup nobody likes doing. Thankfully, with this skill set, it's not too bad to get to. It's in Glades. It requires you pushing a rock down and blocking a laser and then chasing that rock, basically, and it's very slow. And in the speedrun, we have a way of doing it fast, but we do not actually have the skills necessary to do it fast, which is sort of weird thinking about with climb and charge jump. But you do need like just one extra jump to be able to get yourself up onto some brambles, do it quickly. So we still have to do it slow, unfortunately. Well, slower, I should say. But lots of stuff that we can check here in Forlorn. May or may not prove valuable, but that's okay. We have a couple goals here to accomplish anyway. And yeah, Glazer, once we get that will open up the entire bottom row for us. We have a little over half the board revealed. We now have sort of like a Tetris type piece in the corner there. Little box, and then 2 orthogonally adjacent stickouts, and then we've got the top right corner. Underwater pickups will be relatively easy to do. There's a bunch of them just kind of spread out. be nice to have clean water for that. But, yeah, not like... Those aren't really, like, none of these are particularly concerning goals, I would say, at this point. Getting to the L4 peg is, especially since it's the upper one, that's probably the difficulty, actually, so far on this card, because doing that without bash is really hard. You have to have a very, very precise grenade jump to get through that room without bash. So we're probably looking like this is Blackout, so we need to do everything here on the card, right? So we would very much like to find a bash for that. Which for my money could almost be anywhere at this point. But we do have Keystones now, and that has revealed that we've already done the thing in the top right corner, which is level up Spirit Light Efficiency. So that's good. There's 2 pickups over to the right, behind those lasers, a health cell and plant. No, just the health cell. I don't know why I thought there was a plant there. But it is stomp locked, and it is behind said stomp peg and a cutscene and lasers, and like if we don't have to go get that health cell, then we're not going to. Oh, by the way, escape music. Enjoy. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So you will have noticed that we got skill hints at the end of that dungeon, which is just sort of another quality of life thing that we've put into the game. Because of what I was talking about earlier, where we have some areas that are locked uniquely behind the skills Stomp and Grenade. And those were the 2 skills that we were given hints on. Because of that reason, it can be really annoying in Seeds to have to wander around and find a skill when you know that your progression as a result of elimination is locked behind something that's Stomp locked and you have no idea where Stomp is, and you've checked like half the map. So all you need to do is like find the Forlorn teleporter or dungeon key or whatever, and then get there and do the escape, and you might not have glide to do the escape, and if you don't and you have to do grenade jumps, you can join Team Forlorn, which is achieved specifically by doing the Forlorn escape with just G-jumps. Extra death to that death plane there. That is not, as far as we know, required to take that death, but it could show up as a potential tile. So we're doing it now. Get it out of the way. And, ooh, the horror play. Interesting. So as far as revealing the bingo board goes at this point, we are looking at everything in sort of like the top left quadrant now. Bunch of keystone doors that we can... Oh my god, 2 kill. He's doing it. Going for the absolutely dumb grenade jump that only Covert Muffin likes to do. And possibly me. And possibly 2kill. It's actually really fun to pull off, but like, it is like incredibly precise. Oh my god! Second try? Are you kidding me right now? The god. Showing us how it's done. Collecting the XP and stomping the peg. Which is one of the goals that we need to do. And we're just going to warp out of here. Ori's being melted. Don't worry about it. Ori's fine. So the tile that would reveal C1 and B2 for us also requires us to do Butter Cell, which is back over in Grove. So called the Butter Cell because there's a clip that you can do out of bounds, which requires Bash, which we don't have. So even if we were playing an out of bounds rule set, technically we couldn't show it to you. But it's smooth as butter, so it's called Butter Cell. Ori is not lava proof, but it turns out teleporting is. So if you are teleporting, Ori is immune. Yep, die to the lava. Collect pickups in Blackroot is the tile that was revealed off of that one. A3. We are 9 for 12 on that one, and we can check everything but the long swim. The Lost Grove long swim, so that is very doable. A couple keystone doors that we could do in Sorrow as well. We need 3 more for that. Gladeser is a tile that exists. Zonaris, do you really need to be lava-proof if you're playing the floor as lava? And you happen to be really good at playing the floor as lava, so you never touch the lava? That's a haha think moment if I've heard one. Health cell on the mapstone, turn in. Not too much. Couple pickups here that we could clean up. Actually, no, you saved scum that mapstone. It was just XP or something, that's right. But we do have the butter cell peg that we stomp. It should show up on the bingo card in a moment, please. It would be nice to just not care anymore. That is a mood, my friend. Fair enough. Alright. Bingo board's caught up, and we have revealed everything! Haha! We know everything that we need to do. Oh, you need to make Wilhelm scream. Excellent. We're doing this. I'm going to be quiet so you can hear Wilhelm scream once he gets the grenade jump up here. Okay. That's a rocket jump, by the way. Just stomp him off. Yeah! I love that the Ori devs decided to put the Wilhelm scream into the game. Alright. What do we have left? I was talking about that. R4. Doable. Warmth Returned, which we will get as part of doing the escape, as part of the incentive. Gladeser, which is a check we don't want to do, but I guess we'll do it. Collect pickups in Blackroot, that'll be really quick to get done. We have 3 in very short order that we can get. This ability cell right here, and then 2 XP pickups over to the right. Rather, an ability cell and an XP pickup, and of course we also have this ability cell behind the grenade puzzle, if so desired. So we'll have that tile done in short order. We can finish keystone doors up between Sorrow and we can open the Spirit Cavern store, I guess, if we need an extra one. Did not catch how many doors in Sorrow that we actually opened. I believe the answer is 0. And we have 2 that we can do fast and a 3rd that we can do less fast. Actually, that might be a decent idea, because you would get a bunch of checks in left Sorrow as well, in case you were looking for anything. But this is like a go mode skill set at this point. For sure, it is possible to finish this game at this juncture with the skill set. Would just have to do R4, Glazer, a couple Keystone Doors, and some underwater pickups, one of which he is doing right now. At this lake swim up. And it's a health cell, you can just swim out. Okay, teleport, that's fine. You have dash, it's quick anyway. And then, which ones would you be missing? Because you've got the grenade pool, or the glide vault. Yeah, you could just do swamp swim. Yeah, makes sense. If you can get ultra defense. You can still, actually with this amount of HP, you should be able to do it without ultra defense. What am I thinking? Can also check the energy cell pickup here, yes, because you have glide and wind restored. Then there is the one free underwater pickup right here. Yeah. And I'm trying to think of another one that would be... Yeah, quickest would probably just be to save and then stomp down. And, or alternately, yeah, the grenade lock one. Yeah, okay. Plus this gets you a keystone door. Yep, smart. Smart bingo routing. I like it. Alright, so there is a few pickups up here. Ooh, bonk on the rocket jump. Next to the stomp tree, there's a stomp tree itself, and then there's a couple pickups next to it, plus that grenade lantern, which is the underwater pickup that he's going to be going for. Which will get the entire top row complete. There's nothing important there, right? Yeah, of course not. Nothing important. I'm sure there's nothing. So there's the underwater pickups done. Yes, 2 keystone doors in sorrow would be very quick. Or elsewhere. There's the one here, of course. As well, directly to your left. Which is going to get you Glazer. Which would leave 1 keystone door, R4, and then the escape. Escapes, plural. Genzo escapes still required. This is the most jank route to Glazer I've seen. Oh, okay. I think I see what the plan here. Okay, I don't see the plan. Some decision-making happens, it's fine. No judgment here. So this is the Glazer pickup I was talking about. Where we have to drop this rock, and then we have to push this rock. Because we don't have double jump. And it's very slow. And nobody likes doing it. Why is it called Glazer, you ask? Because we are excellent at naming things, and this pickup is behind a laser, and it is in Glades, so it is Glazer. And it's an ability cell. Yay. Yeah, Genzo escape duel.
Could I have a quick word?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, because I would love to remind everyone that for the upcoming run, the Ori and the Blind Forest, the Will of the Wisp run, there's still an incentive open that still has not been met. If it's been met, the runners will have to fight Shriek after the run. Like, come on, we want to have that ride. It's right now at $50 out of $100, and we need to make that happen. Come on.
Also, on top of that, real quick, I want to give a shout out to one of our main sponsors, Team 17. They have provided a bunch of very cool prizes. They've provided a bunch of game packs, including some of their games. For example, they have a co-op pack, a family-friendly pack, a horror pack, platformer pack, a rich story pack, and a grand prize of a lot of 2023 releases. Most of those for a minimum donation of 25, which, 2 of those would bring us to 50, which would bring us to the next incentive to reality, which would be great. So yeah, thanks a lot, Team 17, and yeah, back to the run.
Yeah, Team 17 in general has like just a whole bunch of games that are absolutely fantastic. highly recommend, if you are interested in bundles whatsoever, to go and take a look at the Steam page for Team 17. They have a lot of different stuff that's really, really good in those bundles. The Night Witch is fantastic. Thymesia I finished, was pretty solid. And we have Ginzo skate music. So, hold on. Thank you for that, 2Kill. So, if you're not familiar with Team 17, this is just like a short list of some games that they have available for demos. So you can go to their page and on Steam, and you can try some of these games out. Gourd, which is like a survival city builder. Bravery and Greed, which is a roguelike dungeon brawler co-op. They are the developers behind Greek, Memories of Asia, or publisher rather, Trepang 2, Super Magbot, which I haven't gotten around to yet, but looks really good. Survivalists, Blasphemous, which is a pretty large Metroidvania, I think, in the indie community. Neon Abyss, pretty good roguelike. Yoku's Island Express, which is like just such a fantastic like Metroidvania pinball idea. Absolutely fantastic. Demos available for all those games I just talked about, by the way. All the Worms games, yeah. The Team 17 publishes a lot of like super high quality stuff. So absolutely jump in on those prizes. Get your donations in. And yeah, some good ones up for grabs there for sure. So we just have 2 more things left to do as far as this bingo is concerned. We need to go finish the bottom right horror room. And then we need to finish the video game. And then that is it. We will have all the things. Yeah, so this room, because we have dash and charge jump, surprisingly, not that hard to do. Because, as it turns out in Ori and the Blind Forest, when you have dash, lasers are suggestions. You can just charge dash through them. This one without double jump means that you have to stomp cancel, as demonstrated skillfully there by 2Kill. One thing I didn't really get a chance to talk about, because we don't have double jump in the game for us right now, is a bit of speed tech called stomp cancel or bash cancel. And what that refers to is that if you cancel your charge dash with either a bash or a stomp, I believe in the first 12 frames of the charge dash, I might be wrong on that, it will actually refund your energy. And that is dev intended, because if you charge dash into a cutscene, they didn't want you to lose your energy. So they were just like, hey, we'll refund your energy. And we abused that to great advantage in the speedrun. Just enough ability points for ultra defense in order to make this escape a little bit more comfy, because this is a grenade jump escape, which is a little on the difficult side, but with this amount of health and ultra defense, not too bad, especially since we have glide. You can skip the Kuro trigger at the end. You have collected warmth returned now, as Kuro flies in, and that will complete our bingo board. And normally, as you can see, it says warp to credits. That's exactly what we would do, but you paid to see all the escapes. So you are seeing all of the escapes, including this final one. Grenade jumping through that elemental, that lantern room, is quite possibly one of the scariest things to do with the grenade jump escape. There is a tutorial series, by the way, that is not comprehensive, but does show you the limited skill sets with which you can complete the final escape here in Ori and the Blind Forest. And one of them is literally just grenade jumps and nothing else. And it's a lot of fun, and it's also very difficult. But because the randomizer has free jumps, it's not as hard as it might be. You can still make it hard if you want. Like, don't let me stop you. I play Souls games. I know what wanting the challenge is all about. Speaking of which, I have to finish a couch co-op Steel Rising playthrough I was doing with a buddy of mine. Turns out this escape is hard. You know, for a game that doesn't exactly have a whole lot of combat, it's actually kind of a bit difficult. There's a lot of things that want to kill you, and kill you very, very hard. And they're very determined to do that. And one of the things is this escape, because each of the sections, if you cross a threshold, which in this case is stopping this floor, you're on a timer. You're immediately on a clock for the rest of this section. And you have to beat that tree falling down in order to beat the timer. So, you know, marathon, nerves, grenade jumps, it could be a thing. It's alright. But we're through the hard part now. All that is left to do is kill a couple fish. And you can actually skip this final Kuro trigger, which would put this shaft on a clock as well, just by gliding over top of it. And then the final cutscene, which is normally 80 seconds long. If you climb storage, yeah, okay, good. If you position yourself correctly on the wall, you have a very thin window in which to position yourself, and then grenade jump, you skip over the first half of the cutscene, because it's actually 2 cutscenes that play back to back. They're both about 40 seconds each. And if you do that, you skip the first one, which is 40 seconds, and you only have 40 seconds to hold right. And that is GG. We have done the Blackout. We have done all the escapes. We have met the incentive. We are holding right. The video game is complete. And it will be complete under estimate. As all that is left is to walk behind a tree. Narrow hops or no narrow hops? That is the question. Narrow hops. Oh yeah. Oh, the turn back. The cheeky turn back. Oh, I see how it is. GG at a time of roughly 1:16:33 according to the endgame clock. So very well done, 2 kill. And thank you guys so much for getting the donations in for the All Escapes incentive. It was great to hear the music, great to see the escapes be done. In particular without Bash, which is something that I don't think many people have seen. And Grenade Jump Final Escape, very good showcase bingo seed as far as I'm concerned, honestly. So, GG, 2 kill, and GG Bingothon for everything that you are doing. And I know that we are running behind because of some BK shenanigans in the first run. So I will just bow out and say thank you on behalf of Bingothon and 2 kill and myself, Shafe, for being here. We've got Will of the Wisps coming up next. 2 kill is going to be on comms for that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we have met we're pushing for the Shriek incentive as well, so make sure you get your donations in for that. Thank you.
Well, it looks like you're doing my entire job here. You said everything that needed to be said.
Sorry.
You're not needed anymore.
But yeah, like I said, next up, if you like Ori, there will be even more Ori, and the next Ori. So stay tuned, everybody. And yeah, don't forget, we still have an incentive for the next game. So stay tuned, everybody.
Peggy 7.
I think when we last came on, I briefly talked about how Fred Hutch had merged with the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, and that has enabled us to be even more efficient at expediting the research that we do in the labs and at the bench and taking it to the clinics. A couple of the really big advances in the last year or so, we've developed new technologies that will make it much easier for men with prostate cancer to be able to figure out their type of prostate cancer just based on a blood test. And that's absolutely incredible because that means that those patients don't have to go in and have a biopsy every few months, every few years. We've also improved our screening and detection with breast cancer. We've developed a few new detection agents so that we can detect not only who has breast cancer, but what type of breast cancer they have, so we can match the patient's disease with their treatment. And that's really the goal, is being able to absolutely match each unique patient with the right treatment at the right time and in the right dosing so that they have the best outcome against the cancer without the effect on quality of life.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to Bingothon Winter 2023, the 5-year anniversary of Bingothon. And we have some action here. 3 hosts just waiting for the next run to be ready, which is going to be Ori and the Will of the Wisps, or Ori 2, that is known for other people. How's it going, fellas?
Are you talking to chat or me? I'm never sure. It's so hard.
Everybody who just heard my voice.
But that includes me. Hello. I'm having such a good time so far. Just enjoying this first few runs over here with Ori. gonna see some more Ori in a second. I actually haven't fully played that game yet, so it's gonna be interesting to get the full experience during a bingo.
You should totally do that. And look, the counter just went up. I think we just got a thing.
A thing happened.
Yes, a thing happened.
Shall I say the thing?
Just probably wait for when the run actually starts so that the other Ori runners can actually hear.
Yeah, true. Ooh, that's a good one.
But it looks like the incentive for the next Ori run, it has been met. That's
Ooh, it
awesome.
went to the incentive. Let's go. Alright, so we'll be fighting Shriek.
In my head, I just made a plan to like talk about how close we are to $300 for raised for Fred Hutch. But before that could even come out of my mouth, we already did that. So we're currently at 330. That's awesome.
You can just do the same thing you thought in your mind, but do it for 350. Like, we're really close to 350 right now. Crazy.
That is true. Imagine just $3 more and we'd be at 333. That'd be a great number. Speaking about great things, looks like the next run is ready to go. So hopefully everybody in chat is ready for some Ori and the Will of the Wisp actions. So you'll get that on your screens momentarily.
Million games to come.